So the Moja we brought you a gift from the Lions Den family. We especially invited in, well, yes, I hope you like it.
So now I'm going and open it for all to see. So I am now a
Official.
official member of the Lion family. Well, I watch this now.
Guys, when we say official, we mean official.
Hi guys, it's your girl Moja, and you know how we do it. Positive vibes, positive energy. Now, today's guest is going to blow your mind. When you wonder, how could one person be so talented? Today on set, we have Mr. Isaiah Daniel, also known as Liar.
Greetings, full and bright. I'd like to say give thanks for being here. Thanks for welcoming me.
Okay, it's an absolute pleasure to have you on set today because we met on two previous occasions.
Yes.
And it's as though I have known you
I,
a long time.
yes, I would second that as well. I would second that as well. Definitely click.
Yeah.
I guess probably it's because we share similar interests in the field of, like videography and photography. And so I guess maybe it's that. Yeah.
So let's start. I read in your bio that you started your journey later on in life. Right? And I know that there is some motivational story attached to this that can help somebody who think that, they didn't start yet and something is wrong with that. So tell us about your journey and how you got started in this.
So to be quite honest, I always had this feeling inside that was meant for me, just never knowing what it was. And I used to help out in the neighborhood, like for various events to do like graphics and little flyers and stuff like that and thing. And one day somebody suggested to me, why don't start a business and do it? Cause you're good at it. And I was like, when time come around, I would try, And they said to me, there was like procrastination is, stop procrastinating, go do it. And to be quite honest with you, I didn't know what the word meant at that time. So I went home and I searched up what procrastination meant. And when I read what it meant, which means to rob yourself the opportunity of time by not doing something, it's just like a light went off in my head. And I was just like, we need to change that immediately. So
And this is at what age?
this is at 36 years actually.
Wow.
This is at 36 years. And I went back to the person and I asked the person and said, what's the process in opening up a business? And from there, I just never stopped. And yes, I'd like the second way you say that there's never no age limit to pursue your dreams or to change your narrative. I often tell people that we are the authors of our life. If you don't like what the last chapter looked like, just write a new one. And write it in the style that you suit. And from the time you start to vibrate at a certain way, things start to gravitate towards us.
Yeah, because you're manifesting it.
You're basically manifesting. That's it. Basically.
I know before we started our interview, we were having a conversation and you were saying, if you didn't do something good today, or, you think you had a bad day, which we never have, because you never have 24 hours of sorrow. These are your words,
yes,
right?
Yes, definitely.
You have bad moments.
Bad moments.
In a day.
Yes.
Right. So, if it is that your day didn't go good today, you have a great start tomorrow to get today's day right.
You might even have a great start in a few hours again when you come back down. You know what I mean? Because, like, anybody could analyze it. No one, as I said to you earlier, has ever had 24 hours of bad luck. They had bad moments in the day. They maybe get upset. They maybe became disappointed at a situation. But no one goes just 24 hours of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That really and truly. So you have the opportunity to always come again and try something. Yeah.
That's right. So, the name of this show is Up Close and Personal with La Moja. And as the name suggests, we get up close and personal with you, the artist, right?
Right.
You, the guest. And This is so that we can bridge a gap between you and your fans or your followers or our viewers. So they know more about you,
For
which
sure.
makes you more approachable to them.
For sure.
Right?
For sure.
I'm looking at what you're wearing, right? So you said Lions Den is the umbrella company with the videography and photography and that kind of thing. But your clothes though, right?
So I have a company that I call the Mashable Apparel actually, where it's a more kind of alien thing because part of me sometimes feel a bit alien. Like sometimes I just so belong here or maybe I live in the wrong time. And from that concept, birthed the Mashable Apparel. And from starting the clothing company, I fell in love with the design aspect and the branding aspect of it all. And I just totally encompass being the brand.
So you do your own designing.
Yes, I do my own designing, my own printing, my own marketing. I wear many hats at times.
Okay. And where do you promote your clothes? Like, do you have a store or is it an online business?
Well, it's an online business for now. Sometimes I do pop-up shops. I've done a couple in Tobago, a couple here in Trinidad already. Currently kind of working and getting towards getting a shop. But now, as I say, it's more or less so.
Oh, that's amazing. And is it for only men or?
No, actually, it's for men, women, and children. We cater for everybody. So what we try to do at Mashable and Apparel is we try to incorporate our designs with your style. So most times we make what they consider unique pieces. So like this was a one of a one. It don't have 6 in this, it don't have 8 in this, one of a one. So we try to incorporate like that personal aspect to every design. Sometimes we might have to duplicate a design, but definitely yours would be a bit different than the last person who got it. Yeah.
So the thing is that we could now go to a party and not see 10 people wearing the same outfit as us. Ladies, you know how we feel about that. Now, it's amazing because when I introduced you, I said that how could one person be so talented, right? So we've already covered being a videographer, a photographer, a designer, right? You do all sorts of you know those computer things,
Yes,
so your
yes,
villages and stuff like that,
graphics and stuff like that.
graphics and stuff. And then now we reach the one that I am passionate about. You are an author of 13 books.
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. Sometimes I don't even believe it.
13 books.
13 books. Well, 11 is actually literature. And 2 is like work and activity books. One is designed for children to teach them both drawing skills as well as learning the letters and numbers. And the other one was designed for like adults with anxiety and depression issues and things. So it's more mandala designs, more to help somebody channel the hypersensitivity and stuff like that. So like I'm very sensitive to like mental issues and things. Not really mental issues in terms of like mental illness, but I just think that people should pay more attention to how people feel sometimes. How someone's mind works sometimes, because sometimes we could break someone's mind with words.
Right.
Yeah, so
And you know, long time parents used to tell you words are wind, the words have no strength. But that's not true.
it's actually quite the opposite.
Correct.
It's quite the opposite because words are vibrations, they are frequencies, and if you speak to a plant, it grows, and this is the scientific facts. If you speak to a plant, it grows much more healthier, much more green, much more lovely. If you speak good things into it, right? So that alone should tell you that like that vocal vibration has some kind of effect on its environment. So it's very important not only to speak good things into your life, but into other people's life as well.
Correct.
Yeah.
So this leads me to ask, you know, where do you find the time? You have so many different things going on. Your videography, photography, designing. And then now to have written 13 published books. You understand? Where do you find time?
I have a saying that I adopted. Do us, do unto us. Let's go. So you got something to do, you do it. You need to sacrifice the time, do it. Now, my 11 books was all written at night. Because I'm a nocturnal person. I love the night. I love late hours when everybody done going to sleep. Even my lives that I do them after what would be considered normal hours, you know? So I love the stillness of the night. I love, so majority of the time I focus in those hours and I dedicate that time towards whatever. But as I said, do us do and talk us talk. And if we finish more of what we start, then we'd have much more coverage. So we have to finish the things that we started. So, you know, some people, there have a lot of people like myself doing stuff, but sometimes they're not, that's not finishing. I would be. So, you know, it not becoming recognizable for that, but yeah. But we just,
What inspires you? What inspires Isaiah?
my kids, because I came from a place, well, I came from a both parents household, received the love and, you know, the care that I was supposed to get from my parents, yes. But it wasn't really financially well off and, you know, they was, you know, as parents was in those times, you know, more concentrating on working, saving the money, getting certain things organized, you know, and I wanted more for my children. I wanted them to see that they have the potential to be great inside of them just by deciding that they want to be great. That it has nothing special, no special antidote, it has no magic trick. Once you apply the work and you want something and you dedicate to it, it's with the thing. So my motivation has come in showing my children there's something more to life that just existed. You know, you could live good, you could achieve things, you could make your family proud, you could make people around you proud, and you can make an impact in society, a good one, rather than a negative. And so far, I'd like to say it's working. It's working on them. And I appreciate for that.
Your recipe works.
Yes, it works. It works, especially like me leading by example has made me a proud father to them. Because I can stand up and say that my kids make me proud for they both establishing their respective views to me every day. Or that does not be trouble, not be parents, what these. No, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, and now that they mature into adults themselves, I'm actually seeing my attributes in them. You understand what I mean? Now, I see the way they function, the way they move, the way they speak, the way they treat people. I'm actually seeing like a reflection of myself. So, yeah.
I think biblically you would have read where they say train up a child in the way it should go and when it is old it will not depart from it. So you would have laid the foundation. And then now you sit back and you watch them do what you would have, prepared for them.
Sure.
Yeah, that's commendable.
Yeah. So that's where my motivation comes.
So where can people get your books?
Well, right now, currently, I have the books on Amazon. So, you could either search up Isaiah Lion Daniel on Amazon, or you can check on my social media handles. I have a link attached to all my social media handles. Will take you straight to Amazon.
Okay.
This segment of Up Close and Personal with Moja was sponsored by Color Your Garden Plant Shop, located at Edinburgh 500 in Chaguanas, just after Subway. You can get all of your plants and planting needs, from pots to seedlings, so call them today.
So I want to come back to a previous statement, that we were discussing a little while ago about you starting out later in life, right? But what did you do before that?
Well, before that, I used to like paint houses. Was a house painter. I sold taxi. I would do little jobs and thing around, some of the graphic would like what I would tell you about being professional those times. So it's like house painting. And I used to drive taxi.
I asked you this because I want people to know that it doesn't matter what you did before. Once you have a goal and you wear your donkey blinders and you focus on where you want to be, you could achieve it.
So let me tell you a funny story. My mom, for years, would call me my childhood nickname, right? And when I started lying, she said, I never call you liar. She said, use my hoodie. That was what they used to call me long time. She said, it's my hoodie. Now my mom calls me liar. So even she became a believer to the point that she has gravitated. Before, I had many other nicknames, but I wanted to be known as liar. Lion of lions. And now everybody calls me lion. So once you work, you stay committed, you're going to get there. And rightfully, as you say, people have to understand that age sometimes is only a mental thing. We have heard that for many years. People say that age is just a number or age is, but age is actually just a mental thing. Because if you want to achieve something, there's no age that should be able to stop you from achieving. Right? I started at 36 years, and in 4 months' time after starting my business, I was videotaping in the president of this country's office. And that was a defining moment for me because it made me realize the way there is light at the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're really on to something here. And I think once people embrace that, like, I oftentimes say as well that a person can pay for your time, but they're unable to pay for your potential. And if we tap into our potential more, then not only will our freedom grow, but our accounts will as well. Because our potential has so much value, each and every one of us. Because there's nothing new under the sun. So whether you approach a field of expertise that somebody else said, you could bring your unique touch there. So like when we first met, I mentioned to you about the Moja show that I was really impressed by your standard and the way you approach it, the class that you brought to the culture and so. And that's your unique touch on this interview here. Yeah, this is you expressing yourself into your craft. And that's what makes you stand up. So people should embrace that.
Right. Now I know that you are starting a very great initiative. It's called Be the Change.
Be the Change campaign.
Be the Change campaign, and it resonated with me because in my first book, I spoke about being the change that we want to see in others. Right? It has to start somewhere, and why not be that change? I use the example. My children, ever since I was young, I would say good morning to everybody. You're walking down the road, good morning, good morning, good morning,
Yes.
good morning. And then my children came after me and now they are, good morning, Uncle Kern, good morning, this one,
Yes.
good morning, Mr.
Yes.
Butch, good morning, good morning,
Yeah.
good morning, going on the road, right?
Yeah.
And I remember one of my son's friends saying, so you see morning man or? Right? Everybody, you want to tell morning, so? It's the same friends now who telling everybody, good morning.
Yes. Because you led by example and now we lead by example.
Right? And whoever is coming up behind those boys now gonna be saying good morning the same way. It's something that transferred, right? It's a frequency, it's an energy, and energy is a transferable thing. And if it is that we need to change, nobody's saying this is gonna be a plaster on a sword, not a
most
quick
definitely
fix
not.
or anything like that.
Definitely not.
But if we need to change that, we want to see eventually it will spread.
And it's going to spread to the point that it's going to then come back to be a benefit to all of us.
Correct.
So to expand on the Be the Change campaign a bit, it first started off with me, myself, individually. So the tagline for the campaign is Be the Change You Want to See, right? And it started with me actually listening to the interviews when Christmas was here. Now I didn't listen to it from the point of view of trying to find out how much, what they had and how much gangs it had. I was listening to hear the cries of the youth, and most youth say that nobody don't really check for we. No, nobody don't come, they don't try to assist, they don't try to, and who have it, not even looking back. And that impacted me greatly. Cause I remember I was at the youth at one point in time. I was the youth at one point in time. And by the grace of God, I was able to make a change in my life. And it dawned on me, you know what? Why not use the resources you have to start and be that change? So I then looked at a group of youths who I know was in a studio with up JDL the same way, JDL Studios. And I looked at the youths here and I tell myself, you know what? I'm going to start with them. So I took my equipment and I got everybody organized and I set them up for photo shoots and we get some little video clips, some of the social media things. And it impacted them so greatly that I and all didn't believe like what was really taking place. And then I sat down and I decided, you know what? This is much bigger than me. I need to bring people in. I need to expand this thing to actually benefit a much larger scale. And that's where the Be the Change campaign came from. So the Be the Change campaign is where we asking creatives, successful people, content creators, designers, nail techs, barbers, doesn't matter your profession. We ask you to come out, just give us one day of your time to lend their expertise to give back to the youths who might be interested in that respective field or maybe not even know what they're interested in and just need something to draw their attention. We ask you to come out, lend your support. It's a very easy process. All you have to do is just give us an email, give us a contact number, your name, and tell us when you can be available. And we will coordinate with the youths and we will coordinate with yourself and we'd find a day that is most preferable for everybody and we'd have some workshops. So we want to start there. We want to start with the youths, trying to bring the youth in, show them that there's much more to life than just crime and violence. But we also want to extend the change campaign into much more diverse areas. So right now I'm also currently planning a cleanup campaign where we would be going to like beaches, rivers and clean them up. You know what I mean? Cause as they said to me earlier, we can't function in a dirty environment. You can't progress, you can't thrive in a dirty environment. So if you try to clean some things up, fix some things, maybe the thing might shift. Yeah. Maybe the thing might shift, you know, and I'm calling on all the artists, especially, you know, doesn't matter your genre of music, cause I respect and love all, right? Well, they come forward, because the youth's gravitating towards all your writing. Youth's gravitating towards music writing. So your voice much larger than most people, so I beg all it, come forward.
I know that there are a lot of people who are going to jump on this because I even saw Yasha Bani commenting and saying that she wants to be a part of this. So can you give them the email address and just walk them through exactly what it is they have to do, or give them a number that they can call?
All right. So the number that you can contact us on at this point in time is 474-7547 and the email is feederchange24@gmail.com. So that's feederchange24@gmail.com and the phone number is 474-7547.
And where can they find you? Because I know people are already ready to follow you.
Well, I is social media itself, right? I have grown to love creating content for social media. So that's another part of me that I totally love. But you can find me on Facebook at Isaiah Lion Daniel. You can find me on my Facebook page as well, Lions and Productions. You can find me on Instagram at Lions and Productions 17. And you can find me on TikTok. I am Lion. Check me out.
Oh, and he also has a show where he plays music. My goodness. You all have to check that out. But all you will find him soon enough and all, you follow him on everything. Yes. Anything you want to say to your followers and my followers and all the viewers?
If I could say one thing, I want to say your potential is worth more than your paycheck. Realize the greatness that lies inside of you and feed it some energy. Not everybody's journey is going to be the same. Not everybody's journey is going to be laid out in the same path. But trust and believe the potential for greatness lies in each and every one of us. And I just let me close by saying this. As much as your blessings right there for you, what you do with your blessings when you receive it is much more important than receiving it. Alright? Take that as it.
And you heard it here first on Up Close and Personal with Moja.
Don't say that I never told ya. You gotta tune into my girl, Moja. She got the tea, got the juice, got the soda. She got the interviews from all over.